Hello comrades, you are watching RedIvan Military, and while all those nerds discussing the outcomes of the meeting in Alaska, we'll discuss something more exclusive and something more interesting. We'll discuss new items from Triada TKO.
Cacao, 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 go, go. Cacao, 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 go, go. Cacao, 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 go, go.
But before we begin, this video is brought to you by Tanki Store. Tanki Store is your #1 solution for Russian gear based in Florida. Most items are shipped directly from Florida, ensuring hassle-free delivery within the US. They also offer pre-orders on items of your choice with worldwide shipping. Yes, I said worldwide, comrades. And they can easily source some exclusive items like this VKPO 3.1 I'm wearing. So links will be in the description, check their website and their Instagram. And I would highly recommend you to subscribe to their Instagram, because some extremely rare items like this KBS Trilog they helped me to obtain for the video are getting sold very quickly. For those of you who doesn't know, Triada TKO is a manufacturer and the developer of the combat gear set KBS Trilog. A video about this gear set is already available on this channel, as well as VKPO 3.0 and 3.1 I'm wearing right now. You may also know them as Group 99 or Группа 99. This is their previous name. Now they are called Triada TKO, which stands in Russian for Тактика, компетенция, оснащение. And this is very interesting because in English their name is Triada TCE, which is again Tactica, competence and equipment. But honestly, I don't really like this concept of changing the name based on the language. Triada, this won't work for you, I promise. Just stick to Triada TKO in all languages. So they released couple videos we will watch right now about their newest equipment. Let's begin. They actually have some nice music over there, but guess what? Russians don't care about the copywriting law, and this music happened to be protected by one. So on YouTube I need to change it to something else.
Cacao, 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 go, go. Cacao, 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 go, go. Cacao.
So let's come back to the video. He actually unpacks this big T120 bag, which is like a duffel bag, which you could see with the KBS Trilog. He shows us this Modular Carry System 2.0. So yeah, I probably owe you some 1 minute 30 seconds history lesson right here. So what is MRS, Modular Carry System, in English MCS? In 2018, when Group 99, before it even turned Triada, joined the Kalashnikov concern, they began the development of so-called Modular Carry System, which is a versatile and modular solution for different army or special forces needs. The basic concept of this thing was developed back in 2016, but the actual work began only in 2018. So later it all became MCS, Modular Carry System, and it was adopted by the Russian Ministry of Defense in the form of Combat Gear Sets Trilog. Anyway, in 2024 on the Army Forum, Triada TKO demonstrated a new generation of Modular Carry System MCS 2.0. In Russian it is called MRS, so just don't be confused. Sometimes I will just call it MRS. Just know that MRS and MCS is the same thing, it's just in my head I have both abbreviations. And as you can see, this MCS 2.0 was demonstrated to us in Russian experimental camouflage pattern called EMR-M. But here on this video we see Multicam, and I know that all my Western subscribers, you guys bragging a lot about this Multicam in the Russian army. Some of you just don't like the vibes of the new camouflage and you just like old good EMR. Some of you just don't like that now, since Russia use Multicam, America need to develop something else, why should they, like blah 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 and so on. In reality, guys, Multicam, like Woodland before it, was the best camouflage pattern in the world available, because United States know how to do camouflages, except the UCP of course. But the reason why we see this set in Multicam right now is slightly different. Again, Russia is keeping their original EMR camouflage right now. They do have limited use of multicam. Sometimes this limited use may turn to widespread, right? But it is still limited use. Like average Russian troops are getting EMR pattern, and right now they are developing something new. It may be EMR-M, it may be something else, but the bottom line is that multicam is not becoming Russia's next general issue camouflage pattern. But why is this set in multicam then? Because this set Triada is marketing commercially worldwide. What they are trying to do, they are trying to get into the international markets. And for those special forces of different countries, they cannot offer EMR-M, right? These guys most likely will appreciate multicam like all of us, right? And they will order something either in multicam, just for the beginning, or in their national camouflage patterns. Anyway, to market such things, multicam is the best solution. So that's the only reason why you see multicam right here. So don't cry, don't have a heart attack, okay? Right there, what do we see here? As you can see, we have here these climatic shock absorbing panels. These are exclusive product of Techinkom, another cool Russian company which you know I'm a big fan of. What is interesting, lately Kalashnikov concern bought Techinkom. So now we can see that this shock absorbing panel produced by guys from Techinkom is supplied with the Triada's development. Now they are demonstrating how modular the system is, but I believe you saw all these things on the previous generation, right, on the KBS Trilog. If you watched my video about this product, it is pretty much almost as modular as this system. I see two new interesting features. First of all, it uses this laser cut moly. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of the laser cut moly because if you break your regular moly strap, you can sew it on, right? Or you can just fix it in any other way or just tear it and call it a day. You see some kind of additional stitching here over the edge, right? And all that protection, so it probably will not go nowhere, but you will not be able to use that slot, which is, I just don't call it reliable enough. Yes, it makes your product way lighter, but no, I don't like the solution. Also, we see here some reinforcements from carbon-like material. I know that this material is called Tegris. This is something that Triada is actively using these days. We'll later see what it does for this particular module. Oh, and we just saw this new Russian STKSS supports, right? On the KBS Trilog, they took this idea from Cry Precision, but they simplified it a lot. They basically introduced kind of two sticks. Now in the commercial product, they are coming back to the original design of Cry Precision, right? Just to make it more advanced. Like in the KBS Trilog, this system is getting adjusted in 3 moves. That's incredible, I really like that. You just pull few straps right here, you pull your straps on the war belt, right? And then you just adjust the back using that small string. They kept it in this newer generation as well. They claim 10% increase fragmentation protection, ergonomics improvement. Also, they offer this system in different levels of protection from C to BR5+, meaning that you can probably order it with different plates, right? And since they bought Techinkom, I can bet these plates will be from Techinkom, our favorite granite plates. This set is available with multiple sets of pouches for the rifleman, machine gunner, for the sniper, probably for some other different MOSs. So first of all, you need to understand that they are not just blindly copying somebody. They don't take Cry Precision AVS and just making its knockoff copy. What they do, they take the best giants on the market, see their best solutions, combine them in one item, and on top of that, adding their own ideas, and that's what I call engineering. So there are some elements which are direct copy of something, but overall the entire set with its solution is not a direct copy of any other product on the market. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that this is one blind copy I don't really like. The magazine pouches used by Triada right now are the blind copy of, I would say, Cry Precision pouches. maybe something else there. I'm just concentrated on the magazine pouches. I don't like it because first of all, they are closed with Velcro. Second of all, they have a lot of gaps. Like, let me show you. This is not exactly Techinkom pouch. This is the Cool pouch developed based on the Techinkom pouch. I just happen to have it handy. And what you can see here is that this flap covers your magazines entirely from both sides. Mud is the main enemy of your magazines, and I really like these enclosed pouches by Techinkom and Cool. Also, I really like the closure system they have, not this particular one, right? I like the older leave the dot system, but still it is better than just the Velcro closure. I don't like Velcro closure at all. From both Techinkom and Cool, they had pretty cool, clever attachment system. And again, Triada lost this. They don't use this system on their Strelok, and I can bet they are not using the same attachment system on their newer MCS 2.0. Since Kalashnikov recently bought Techinkom, maybe it will change in future. I hope it will change in future because these pouches are the best, in my opinion. Okay, so now as you can see, there are pockets on this thing for additional ballistic protection. Even you can put some ballistic protection inside the apron. That's a lot of ballistic protection, I would say. Also, you can easily add some additional deltoid protectors, right? Some hips protection. And basically now it's like a storm setup. And from what we see, they also tried to show us that it will work with your gas mask. Now the guy is changing the configuration. And this is something that fits better for, let's say, the armor crews. Dude, this is Lego right there. Now the guy is changing the configuration once again. And he turned it to something that will fit some helicopter crews. And he took out this Tegris insert, taking out some side fastening system. Oh, and you see with the use of G-hook right now, he made some kind of low profile body armor protection. Yeah, you see it's like low profile, you're just the guy from the street waiting for your Nikolai. And then surprise, now he's playing this game one more time. This time he entirely removes this core system, just adding some additional mounting surface to the skeletal cummerbund. Oh, and now it's like a lightweight chest rig, right? I mean, not a chest rig, but something similar to 6B46. Now, I'm not really a big fan of the chest rigs or like front plate chest rigs, right? When you have partial body armor and partial capability of the load-bearing system. In my opinion, such mediocre solutions simply don't work well. They are not a good body armor, they are not a good load-bearing vest either. But this is something Russian special forces use. This is something in form of tops Americans use, so who am I, right? I mean, if you ask me, I will take 6SHA-117 when I need a load-bearing system, and 6B45 or let's say IOTV Gen 4 whenever I need a body armor protection. So this way he can carry the entire backpack for 3 days in the mountains like Chechnya in 2000. And now he transforms it to the most minimalistic form. He folded the front plate in half, adding this back strap. And now it's a simply tops, right? So this is something you can take and go airsofting or something. So yeah, they are marketing this fully versatile modular system which can cover certain niches, right? Which can be used with different sets of pouches. Okay, I get it, this is a pretty versatile solution, modularity is the thing these days, and yes, I get it if you are marketing it for special forces, and that's what they are probably doing. It is a definitely good product to buy, right? It can be a competitor to some of our US companies, but at the same time, I don't see it really covering all the niches within the army, because guess what, right now Russia has a pretty decent set, I would say, like general issue set called Ratnik. If you don't know what it is, we have a video about this item on the channel already, link will be in the description. Ratnik, specifically 6B45 body armor vest, is a very simple to produce, right, comparing to the competitors. But it turned out that during the war, even producing 6B45 vest is a pretty challenging. So what are they planning to do with some complex set like this? Yes, it is advanced, yes, it is modular, but I don't believe that GI guys can afford this, right? Yes, you can stamp some quantity before the war, but with the outbreak of war, it will become too challenging and you'll start using some cheaper and simpler items. And then, guess what? Your troops won't be trained to use those. So, I don't know. I don't think it's a good solution for the GI. It's mostly like for some special forces, maybe your recons, maybe your rangers, but nothing else. But that's just me. You please leave your comments below. Share your thoughts. That's why Russia is still with Ratnik, and that's why United States is not updating their gear set dramatically as well. It already costs money, it is already hard to produce them. You need to understand that war is not about your Rambo or Terminator. War is about economy. The one who has more money, more troops, and more capabilities to supply wins the war. Or I should say money and endurance, which is the ability to spend this money over a long period of time. Because we all remember Vietnam, right? America had money on one side, Soviet Union and China had money on the other side, right? But here we had some problems with the elections, right? Like people wanted the troops out. So the one who can spend money longer will be the one who take the cake. Or Saigon. Now, in the beginning I told about 2 videos from Triada, so now we are watching part 2.
Cacao, 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 go, go. Cacao, cacao.
Okay, so now they are showing us this backpacking system. From 1 to 5 days operations, lightweight, and I already see some kind of frame right here, so it's called T10 2.0 frame. You see, it is good that we talked about the Vietnam. Now it reminds me the Vietnam. This old good lightweight backpack with this aluminum frame. As you can see, he is taking out this backpack, but how does he do that? Bottom section is getting attached directly to your war belt. The shoulders are getting attached to your body armor vest on top. Now from this backpack he removed the flap, which is a backpack itself. Transformers! This is called T15/30 backpack because it has a variable volume. Okay, now he's moving only with this smaller backpack. As you could see, the top portion of the backpack is still connected to his body armor vest, and the button goes around his waist under the body armor, which is clever. I'm not sure how practical it is, but it is clever. Okay, he took out the bird, right? So his drone is called Bird. That's a joke probably. Okay, now he's opening up the volume of this backpack, right? Now it's turned to 30 liters. We see the easy access, right? This backpack can be opened like a book, like an entire flap can be opened, so you can easily see what's inside. I know that some medical backpacks are like this. Normal general issue Russian 6 SHA-117 is not like that. You'll need to look around and know what you're packing where, right, before you actually need to use that. This one is more simple and you can easily see everything inside flat. Now he is opening this bigger backpack and take some models in the compressed bags. This side access is pretty clever, right? Again, with the help of G-hooks, we see that this panel is getting attached to the backpack around the frame. So you can carry some irregular volume items like this, grenade launchers, maybe RPG shells or what have you. And again, if you are using the smaller backpack, the shoulders are getting attached to your body armor vest on top, right? And then the strap around your waist at the bottom. If you are using this bigger backpack, it is getting attached to the same point on top, while the bottom section is getting attached directly to your war belt. So in this case, you don't need to choose between your backpack's belt or your war belt. You have a single unit that is used for both, which is a very clever design. And now they show us again how adaptable it is. Okay, comrades, I hope you like this video. Personally, I have mixed feelings. On one hand, I find these items extremely innovative, versatile and modular. On another hand, I cannot imagine them being manufactured for the entire army. And you please leave your comments and thoughts below. It would be very interesting to track. And to Triada, stay TKO, don't do TCU bullshit.
Cacao, 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 go, go.